Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, about 500 kids received gifts on Sunday as the Christmas Park 2023 officially opened, as well as the lighting of the giant Christmas tree at the Peñaranda Park. Albay Governor GLECY, together with Santa Claus and staff of the provincial government of Albay, personally handed over the gifts to children that were given stubs in the registration booth prior to the gift giving. Thereafter, the giant Christmas tree, the Peñaranda Park, and the Albay capital were officially lit by the governor, switching on and brightening up the entire vicinity. The lighting ceremony was followed by a 10-minute-long colorful fireworks display and snow confetti around the Christmas tree. In another story, the provincial government of Albay assures the public that the Peñaranda Park Improvement Project is progressing according to plan, addressing concerns about its potential discontinuation. Governor GLECY emphasized that the initiative is securely managed by the Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, assuring alignment with the provincial government of Albay's timetable. The governor also addresses misleading reports implying fund misuse, clarifying that the funds are directly controlled and disbursed solely by the DPWH and not by the PGA. Further, Lagman commits to the transparent and responsible execution of the project, ensuring its successful completion. In another news, in celebration of the World AIDS Day every first day of December, the Bicol Regional HIV/AIDS and Sexual and Reproductive Health Summit was held at La Roca Veranda Suites, Legazpi City. The said forum was aimed to raise awareness and foster collaborations among key stakeholders, as well as share knowledge and strategize on comprehensive approaches to address and mitigate the impacts of HIV/AIDS while it promotes sexual and reproductive health. Furthermore, the celebration serves as an opportunity for people from different agencies and walks of life to unite in the fight against HIV by showing support for people living with the disease and to commemorate those who have died from AIDS-related illnesses. Topics regarding persons living with HIV program and discussion on the guidelines for the implementation of HIV and AIDS prevention and control in the workplace program were among the highlights of the said program. For additional local news, in an awarding ceremony on Monday, a total of 155 establishments out of 412 were recognized as 100% smoke-free establishments in Legazpi City. This annual search for non-monetary recognition aims to acknowledge and give credit to businesses, academies, schools, barangay halls, hospitals, and offices that are compliant with the smoke-free ordinance of the city. Among the 155 awardees, there were 42 establishments, 35 barangay halls, 28 government offices, 46 schools, and 4 hospitals. Compared to the previous year, where there were 99 awardees, this year's increase in the number of recognized smoke-free establishments reflect the growing awareness and commitment to ensuring a safe and healthy environment for everyone in Legazpi City, according to Legazpi City Health Office. In the national scene, a city government kicked off the construction of the 4-story legislative building on Monday, December 4. It aims to finish the construction of the edifice at the back of the Bacolod City Government Center, or BCGC, before the midterm elections in 2025. City officials led by Mayor Alfredo Abelardo Albi Benitez and City Engineer Loben Rafael Ceballos led the groundbreaking ceremony marking the start of the 18-month contract period of the project. This project costs 515 million pesos and is part of the priority projects funded by a 4.4 billion peso city government loan from the Development Bank of the Philippines. Ceballos said the design of the legislative building is hybrid and is incorporated with green design, making it environment-friendly and sustainable. City engineer added that it also has a provision for solar panels, a rainwater collection system, and is a two-way district-ready structure. In another story, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, or DICT, on Monday, December 4, emphasized the Cybersecurity Bureau's plan to establish an additional 15 Computer Emergency Response Teams, or CERT, by 2024. Meanwhile, DICT Chief Ivan John Uy underscored the accomplishments of the National CERT, highlighting that it actively managed 1,462 cyber incidents from January to October 2023. The Philippine CERT Conference took place in Eastwood, Quezon City, serving as a crucial platform to bring together cybersecurity professionals, government officials, industry leaders, and international partners. The conference aimed to address the evolving cyber threat landscape. The Philippine CERT Conference included several drills intended for the critical information infrastructure sectors. In another news, Vice President Sara Duterte on Monday, December 4, posed her objections to President Marcos' decision to grant amnesty to rebel groups, calling the resumption of the peace talks with the communist group an agreement with the devil. This was the second time she contradicted the chief executive since they won the 2022 national elections in a landslide under the message of unity. Duterte earlier disagreed with Marcos' statement on studying whether the Philippines should rejoin the International Criminal Court, or ICC, which is investigating her father's bloody war on drugs campaign. Last week, the Philippine government announced the resumption of peace talks between the government and the NDFP via the Oslo Joint Communique, which was signed on November 23 at Oslo City Hall through Royal Norwegian Government, or NRG, Special Envoy Christina Lee Revim. And in the news outside the country, Pope Francis has voiced out concern over the end of the humanitarian pause in Gaza, saying it means death and misery. Pope Francis was hopeful that parties could reach a ceasefire deal as soon as possible and find solutions other than arms, trying to take courageous paths to peace. The Israeli army resumed bombing the Gaza Strip earlier Friday after declaring an end to a week-long humanitarian pause with the Palestinian resistance group Hamas. More than 15,200 Palestinians, mostly children and women, have been killed in Israeli attacks since October 7 following a cross-border attack by Hamas. The official Israeli death toll stands at 1,200. In another story, a spokesperson for the local search and rescue team said that at least 11 people died when a volcano in Indonesia's Sumatra erupted on Sunday. According to spokesperson, 3 people were found alive while 12 more are still missing. On December 3, a massive eruption of the Merapi volcano occurred in Sumatra. Preliminary data indicated the volcano spewed ash as high as over 15,000 meters into the air. And finally, in the news outside the country, an earthquake of magnitude 7.4 struck Melonguane sub-district in Talaud Island District, North Sulawesi on Monday morning, but there were no immediate reports of casualties or damage from the quake. The epicenter of the strong quake that occurred at 2:48 a.m. local time was about 960 kilometers away from the sub-district at a depth of 132 kilometers. It was located at 12.61 degrees north latitude and 127.40 degrees east longitude, according to Indonesia's Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics Agency. The agency urged residents in affected areas to stay alert for aftershocks. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, December 5, 2023. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Joy Duque, and on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Marilu Duca Castillo, under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Edsel Grex Lagman. Pinch hitting for Mr. Greg Halyare, this has been your anchor for today. I am Marielла SILERIO. Thank you for subscribing.